If you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's the filthy capitalist option. As Sori says, $125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be a part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. $125 gets you there. You do that 3 times and then get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at vinsori@gmail.com and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Yep. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is the community option. $1 at the gate gets you in a Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
And they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft. Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go in the village, facebook.com/Vin and Sori. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy our merch.
Buy our merch indeed, and a child shall lead them. All right, Keep Me in Your Heart is next. As soon as my partner in crime makes it back here. Oh, there's Nick. What the heck, Nick? Where were you? We're like, you disappeared. You just left us with all these creepy songs. Okay, honey. Vin. Oh well, I'll just chat with you guys then while I'm waiting. Let me get back to the chat. Yes, so, Res Dog, why did you change your name? Oh, I want to know how many, let me see. Okay, I'm on the bigger one right now, so let me put this poll. How many have heard of Zevon before this stream? Nope. First time. Okay, I want to know. You know what, Ian? I don't know what music Vinny has playing in the background. He's the one that kind of sets that all up. What's up, Johnny Melancholy? Oh, he passed away? Zevon did? This is the last song he performed in front of an audience. Oh, really? What happened to him? Eric, Jethro Tull song with the homeless guy looking at the frilly panties running and eyeing girls with bad intent. Sori wasn't happy with that one. I'm sure I wasn't. Oh, okay, Ian, I'll tell him that you're looking for that. Sorry, these last 2 songs have really given me a song I know y'all gotta do. Student Visas by Corb Lund. It's got a similar lyrical theme to the last one, but much darker.
Is
so
Nick back?
Apparently, that's fine, Danny. Yeah, he's back.
Where was he?
I don't know. He didn't answer the question.
Okay.
Okay, so apparently Nick said that this is the last song that he played in public before he passed away.
Oh, he died?
Apparently.
Ah. I hate when that
Oh
happens.
yeah, Danny, I saw your video. I checked it out. I responded to you actually. I wanted to know how you got some of those like little cartoony things in your video, what you were using. Ian?
Who made a video?
Excuse me. Danny shot a video for how to use Discord, and he put us in there. Give us a little shout out in there.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I thought I sent you the link, but
You
perhaps
never
I didn't.
did. You never do.
Well, no, I do. I send you stuff, but I know if you get too much stuff, then you're gonna lose it all.
I'm gonna lose it all.
Nick got lost in a phone call. Okay, so he
happened?
loved the piano, but he picked up the guitar to get girls. That's so funny.
Well, I mean,
I could see why that would. I think it's there's probably a lot more girls that are like, ooh, a guitar playing man,
yeah.
than a piano playing one.
That guy's so hot. Look at him play that.
Look at the way his fingers just go across that keyboard.
That's a smart name, Jake Mistake Roberts. I see what you did there.
Honey, Ian wants to know what the background music is.
The name of the background music is Instrumental Royalty Free Remember by Kaizen Blue. Remember by Kaizen Blue, living in France. Okay, guys, here we go. Let's do it.
Wait.
Werewolves of...
We have Keep Me in Your Heart. This song is the last song on Warren Zevon's last record called The Wind. Warren got diagnosed with
mesothelioma.
no, that word first, the P word.
Oh, plural. Plural
A cancer of the
mesothelioma.
lining of the lungs
Ugh.
in 2002, which eventually became terminal due to being inoperable. He then decided to write and record one last album with the time he had left, passing away just 2 weeks after the album's release in 2003. This particular song is his swan song, his farewell to life, and thank you to all of his fans. The album and song received 5 Grammy nominations, winning 2 of them. This song always makes me cry every time I hear it. Keep Me in Your Heart. Wow.
Jeez.
Okay.
All right, Keep Me in Your Heart. Asbestos killed him. Unbelievable.
It was asbestos?
Yeah, that's what Middle Earth is saying, and Middle Earth is usually on his shit.
Wow. Okay.
All right, Keep Me in Your Heart from Warren Zevon. I'm glad we have another song after this, so it doesn't end on a sad note.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for that, DJ Nick. I appreciate it.
Although, what if he makes the next one even sadder?
It
And
won't.
He's like, there.
There's no way.
Fuck both of you.
There's no way. There's no way. Thank you, DJ Nick, for taking care of us emotionally. Let's do this shit. Warren Zevon, Keep Me in Your Heart. Let's go.
Shadows are falling and I'm running out of breath. Keep me in your heart for a while. If I leave you, it doesn't mean I love you any less. Keep me in your heart for a while. When you get up in the morning and you see that crazy sun, keep me in your heart for a while. There's a train leaving nightly called when all is said and done. Keep me in your heart for a while. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Keep me in your heart for a while. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Keep me in your heart for a while. Sometimes when you're doing simple things around the house, maybe you'll think of me and smile. You know I'm tied to you like the buttons on your blouse. Keep me in your heart for a while. Hold me in your thoughts, take me to your dreams, touch me as I fall into view. And when the winter comes, keep the fires lit, and I will be right next to you. Engine drivers headed north to Pleasant Stream, keep me in your heart for a while. These wheels keep turning, but they're running out of steam. Keep me in your heart for a while. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Keep me in your heart for a while. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Keep me in your heart for a while. Keep me in your heart for a while. Keep me in your heart for a while.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that was
Was this the last song he ever?
this is the last one
Bro,
he
he ever
performed
did?
before an audience, and also this was his farewell song. The album and the song received 5 Grammy nominations, winning 2 of them. Wow. So that's a
Is
sad
that last
one.
one on David Letterman? He did that was his last show on David Letterman.
I don't know.
Go ahead. What were you thinking?
Well, this is, we never get to talk about stuff like this because you always say, I don't want to talk about that. But now we have to.
What are you talking about?
This song was just sad, like, obviously when you're thinking, if you lose somebody that's really close or whatever, when he says, when you get up in the morning and you see the crazy sun, keep me in your heart for a while. Mm-hmm. For me, it would be the moon, if I saw the moon and you weren't with me anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
What about it?
It would just be really difficult because I've never been a fan of dusk or night, but you make both of those seem inviting. But if you weren't around, then they would be sad again.
Why do you like talking about shit like that?
It's not that I like talking about it. It's just that for some reason it makes me feel better knowing that you know that information. And my family was weird. Like, they always talked about death. I don't know why we did that. So, it's like normal. Yeah, so that was... Ugh. I don't know. We're watching that show. It made me think of the show, like, because the woman
Sandman.
Yeah, I didn't know if you wanted
Death.
to say.
Yeah.
She lost her person, and now, like, when she's dreaming, she goes to him.
Yep.
I don't know. It's just sad. This is a sad song. And it's sad knowing, like, that he was writing. Well, it was weird because when, like, I would start feeling really sad, and then I'd be like, yeah, but this guy was really kind of crazy, I think. Like, he came up with that song, and I don't know why he came up with that song. Like of all the stuff that I would come up to write about, like that would never enter into my mind to write a song about that happening to somebody. So then I'm like, wait, what was going on with you? And then Jake came in with this crazy interpretation. Nick's like, don't even go there, because it's like wrecking the holiness of the song, you know, because it's this guy's last, you know. But the idea that there's something after this one and that in the end we'll all end up back together, like, I don't know. When you look from that lens, it's like, okay, well, he's there, but we're all gonna...
Yeah, it's for me, the way I'm looking at things now is that all of us are in the exact same place. So, like, you know, I don't think people like Anne Heche just died. She just left this sphere of consciousness. So, like I was listening to Joe Rogan, had one of the DMT guys on there, and he's actually saying that not that serotonin is the major chemical in the brain or whatever that affects mood, that it's actually DMT, and that people that we call schizophrenic or crazy just have a higher concentration of DMT, so that makes it so they can hear it tunes their brain, which in this theory would be an antenna to pick up that frequency, because he's got more DMT in his
Wow. Okay.
And so then it becomes, we're sitting here looking at him saying, oh, he's hearing voices, which is, you know, whatever. Okay, you might be crazy, but when we say the person is hearing voices that aren't there, what does that mean?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
What do you mean they're not there? That's a directional statement. What if there are other dimensions and they're able to communicate cross-dimensionally because this person has...
That's going to be crazy if it turns out to be like that.
Right.
Because those people lived, like, under such suspicion and...
Right. So if you just look at the reality or consciousness as a series of filters that help you engage with one realm over and against another. Mm-hmm. So let's say there are like 19 dimensions, right? And that we're just, you know, our filter shuts off after dimension 3. So if a person dies, then 1 through 3 gets shut off, but then you could see 4 through 19. Mm-hmm. But you wouldn't be going anywhere. You're aware more now of these different dimensions and then the beings within those dimensions, right? So you're not going anywhere. You're still here in a sense. It's just
but we can't hear them and they can't hear us.
Right, because how would you communicate that chasm? Well, you know, Jesus says there's a chasm between the worlds, right? That you can't go over there, they can't come over here. But scientifically speaking, it would just be if what we call consciousness is just you being aware of the particular dimensions that you're able to, you know, partake in. So you're in 1 through 3. When a person dies, 1 through 3 gets shut off, but then you have 4 through 19. And you're now aware of that. You're no longer aware of 1 through 3, and 1 through 3 can't get to you because of the, you know, the dimensional barrier there. And so from that perspective, then our friends really don't leave us, because you have a physicalist mindset, we're always thinking about people going to heaven or going to hell, instead of, no, everybody's in the exact same place they've always been. It's just your awareness now is either being heightened or, you know, and so when heaven and earth come together, it just means that 1 through 3 and 4 through 19 are no longer going to have a barrier, that we're all going to be able to be aware of the same things. So anyway,
do you think that people that, because obviously us who are left, we're sad because we miss them. Do you think that they're sad they can't get to us, or do you think that they're like, oh, maybe they have a different understanding of time, so they're like,
I think the knowledge that you get is similar to the knowledge that you get when you're a parent, and then you say, that's why my parents did what they did, or that's why my parents were the way they were. And so then it makes those issues that you have with your parents, where you can finally have that sense of peace because you know why it happened. So I think that's what happens when you get that, when you move on to that extra dimensional awareness. I think there are certain things that just fall into place. One of which would be the fact that time is a fiction, and so you wouldn't really have the time to be sad about your missing loved ones because you know that you're about to see them very soon, because time is an experiential fiction. Whereas when you're on this side of the divide, we're still stuck in time, so we're still experiencing time. Whereas over there, you would probably realize that if you willed it, you could will yourself into the future and then be with your lost loved one, because time would be a dimension that you could manipulate, just like we can manipulate the physical world right now. So we would just be able to say, well, if I wanted to see them, I'll just fast forward to that part in the timeline where we meet each other. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's a whole bunch of reasons I don't think that the people on that side are sad for us, because I think the more revelation you have, the more you realize that no, these things had to happen exactly the way that they happened. And now that you're on the other side, you will know that definitively. You don't have faith anymore, you have knowledge. So when you have that knowledge, I think it becomes a lot less, you have a lot less things to even be sad about in the first place. So that's how I look at it.
That's interesting.
I was very sad before I was born, and I'm still very sad.
No, what?
That's an interesting point, Delaney. And I'm going to think about that. Because I'm not sure that you're wrong. That's very interesting. And I might probably relate to that very well, but I don't think I've ever said that out loud publicly. Very interesting. Okay, what did you give this song?
Boy, I'm debating on giving this one a 10.
This is easily a 10 for me. And as Danny Lee says, like a picture in 2D and it doesn't know 3D. So if there are beings who live in 4D, then in turn we would not be aware of them. Correct.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then, if you die, because
But you don't think they can hear you. You said you don't think they can hear you.
I don't think that they could hear me like fourth dimensional beings.
Somebody dies. You don't think they can hear you anymore.
Well, I remember when Jim died, I told Jesus to tell Jim X, Y, and Z.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
What
saying?
about,
So in that sense, I think they can hear you.
what about when people say,
What's up, Emily?
like, I still feel them here.
Well, that would make sense to my theory, because like I said, they don't leave. It's just our awareness of their being doesn't span dimensions at this point, because we're still stuck in only 4 dimensions, right? Length, height, width, and time. So if you have a 5th dimensional being or a 6th dimensional being, we would not be aware of their existence, but that doesn't mean that they're necessarily unaware of ours. And the other thing is as I said, we project separate physical bodies so that we could differentiate consciousnesses. Because if you didn't have a physical body, I wouldn't be able to differentiate. It's a lot easier for me to do that and say, okay, that's the one that I'm most interested in. That one, not so much, right? Mm-hmm. So, but if you're out of a dimension where you need that physical sort of template to make that work, then the degree of knowing a person or being with a person changes completely.
Yeah.
So there's just so many things about that from a scientific perspective make a lot of sense and explain things. But like I said, we're still stuck in a physicalist mindset. So we have to physicalize the process of death and the process of communication and communing with people. We have to physicalize it because that's all we currently know in this area of this realm that we're exposed to.
All right, DJ Nick gives this one a silent count. Totally understand where you're coming from with that one. All right, so 10s for both of us. And next song is Werewolves of London.
I definitely see why there'd be a silent count if you were like emotionally attached to this guy.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I said, I get it.
That says that's pretty deep. Math says there are up to 26 dimensions currently. Right. And I think as we get exposed to more, we're probably going to discover that there are infinite dimensions, because what we're calling dimensions are just endogenous exercises of the mind of God. And since God's mind is infinite, then the dimensions would be infinite. But, we have to wait for the math to catch up to that theorem. Okay, guys, we have one more song, and inshallah will not be a depressing song. Let's check it out very, very soon. Vin out.
Sorry, out.
Gone. Werewolves gets into your head and stays there forever. Why is he saying that about werewolves? Oh, that's
Name
why.
of the song.
Werewolves of London. Werewolves of London. All right, guys, let's check it out. Commercial break. DJ Nick in the house. It's Friday. That's Nick Day, ladies and gentlemen. You know the deal. Let's go.